So in this video, we're going to talk about how you can become job ready, and I usher you into what we call the dollar stage. So congratulations, you have now built the required skill through Sin Skills framework. Built the skills, you know you can do the job, right? And this is where a lot of immigrants migrating from Africa, and they don't actually understand the job market. For us, we've researched, we have a team, we've put prodding hours and hours to research the job market, because there are strategies that are there that you need to understand for you to position for greatness. You can be the best if nobody knows what you offer and you don't know how to communicate your skills and experience. Clearly, you're going to be frustrated because you're not showcasing what you. It's just like this program. If we don't make sure that the marketing is right and you can find us and know what we do, you're definitely not going to work with us. We will not get customers. We will not find people that we can help. And that's the same mindset. You need to know job strategy, what works in this environment, whether it's Australia, UK, Canada. It's different from Africa. In Africa, we have connection that knows somebody, and you can apply and internal referrals and all of that. When you're a migrant and you've come to this country, you may not have that network of people working in the sector where you want to work. So definitely you have to show up. And there's systemic bias raising on everything you have to contend with. I always hear is, go and do certification, go and do a lot of things. Wow, certification is good, and this is the only area it is good to just showcase yourself as an expert, as if like somebody to reckon with that can solve problem on paper. It is simply on paper. And I ask people, like, how many times do you get on the job and they say, hey, show me your certification? No, it's really not about that. It's about communicating your value, your experience, your skills, how you can solve problems for organization. And that is why all those coaches that tell you, go and do more certification, go and do this, go and do data analysis, go and do that course, that you're just wasting your time. That is focusing on the wrong thing. You do CBAB, you do PMP, you do all of these courses and certifications, and you simply don't have the right skills and experience. That is the biggest question you must answer. Whether it's an interview, whether it's your resume, you need to showcase to the recruiter how you can solve problems, value, skills, the skills you have, and then the experience that you have done those things. That is the vote that the employer need to say, okay, I think Noah has all these skills, then I should invite them for an interview. Your resume is your tool to actually secure an interview. It's not to secure the job. So you need to optimize that resume. Some people will just use one generic resume, maybe pop it in ChatGPT, say rewrite it based on this job, and that is it. That is the wrong approach. You cannot be lazy in your effort to market yourself if you're serious about getting a job. And I'm saying it with emphasis because it's super important, and a lot of people don't understand this process. So for me, I want to understand the job application strategy. I explain that and understand the job market in this country, and I explain to the student, make sure they understand why it is important, why they must pay careful attention to the dollar stage, and they need to create a winning resume. What does that mean? An ATS optimized resume. So ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System, and a lot of people don't really understand the role that ATS plays. ATS would sieve out applications that are not qualified based on the keyword, based on the key factors that the employers have configured, right? So there might be similar business analyst job out there. They are not all the same. They may ask for similar things, but they are not the same. And those differences are what may be the keyword they've configured in the ATS system. So effectively, if you're just applying with one resume, then you're not going to get far. You may be lucky and get some, but you'll not be optimized to get interview. And it leads to frustration, you give up on that dream. So what we are seeing here, you need to tailor your resume, not just tailor it blindly. You need to tailor it in a way that is optimized for the job that you're applying to. So you need to look at the job description, tailor it based on your skills and your experience and what makes you different. And if they say problem solving is different from problem solver, those minor things matter, and you must pay attention to that. So optimize your resume for ATS. ATS, will jump 75% of applicants. Only 25% will get to the hiring manager's table. And when it gets there, the hiring manager will look at, okay, then invite a few of them based on their time, resources, and every other thing. And that's why you must put something to make you stand out in your resume in form of what you've done, the outcome, all of those things. And it should be less than 2 pages. Don't have 4 or 5 pages. It's overwhelming to read. There's a 6-second rule where recruiters will just look at your resume. They want to know if they are calling you or not. If they don't see the key things catch their eye, next person, please. So you understanding that is super important. And when you have tailored that, you need to have something we call the elevator pitch, which is how you pitch yourself in 90 seconds. Like, how are you going to tell somebody in 90 seconds that you're the best for that job? You showcase your skills, your experience, what you've achieved, and how you've solved problems. How do you 90 seconds in a concise way, the tools you've used? You see, that is why it's important for you to actually understand that. And then you need project portfolio. So many people that are trying that transition, they don't have anything, they don't have the tool to actually go into the battle, so they get nervous. And that's the imposter syndrome. Like, you don't know what to talk about, you're just wimping up theory based answer, you're not going to get far. So building a project portfolio is super important. Next one, LinkedIn optimization. You need to be able to optimize your resume online. Recruiters go often on LinkedIn to check that you optimize, and reach out to you or look at person they're trying to hire. They do that informational interview as well before they even invite you most times. So please pay attention to your LinkedIn, or hibernate it if you know it's terrible. Just kidding. And then you can also use your LinkedIn for follow-ups. There's also a strategy we teach around when you apply. Don't just that is it. You need to understand how to follow up on the application, how to make sure you're speaking to somebody and pitching them. Super important for you to do, to be able to stand out from the crowd, especially in the day of artificial intelligence where there's a lot of resume flooding the market. You must understand that strategy to follow up. All right.